Warning, don't listen if it's a podcast you want. This is a Chumcast. Just your basic gabfest among chums. A little news, some entertainment, an annoying opinion or two, and, if you're lucky, maybe even a chuckle.
They've done studies, 60% of the time, it works every time.
So it's time to buckle up. Whetstone Entertainment, in association with Is Chill Productions, presents Don't Listen, a basic Chumcast. And here are your hosts, Big Red and the Shebs.
Remember, everyone, just don't be yourselves.
It's showtime.
Oh, go time.
Fire it up, Big Red.
It's the Don't Listen Chumcast. I'm Big Red. He's the Shebs. And I just want everybody to know that we have not stopped embracing our beautiful man boobs and our sexy love handles.
No, we have not.
And we've got a big show coming up today. I'm pretty excited about season 4.
Yeah, it's off to a roaring start.
So coming up, I want you guys to stick around for just at least a couple of minutes because the DMs are outstanding today.
Nice.
We got lots of DMs. We got a couple of emails, and that is in our Holla segment, which comes up a little bit later. We have also got, of course, the Booyah and the Boom Shakalaka. On This Day in History is coming up in just a few seconds. But right now, we are sitting very, very seriously. I mean, there's a lot of chaos going on today. I'm not used to working under these types of circumstances where, I'm a creative.
Yeah.
So I work best when it's chilled out.
Yeah, everybody feels a little off.
A little on edge, right? Because there's a little hurry to do this and a little slow down to do this. And you've thrown me into the fire, and I'm the one who normally likes to do the tossing into the fire.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're very serious here because we're talking about our studio name today, which is the Pulgas Ridge Open Space Park Studios. Mouthful.
That is a long studio name.
It is a long studio, and there's a reason because this is kind of a long story. And to tell it properly, I feel kind of like a traitor because when I used to, let's say 10 or 15 years ago, when I would go to Pulgas Ridge, nobody knew about it. It's a beautiful park and nobody knew about it. So I could go there any time of the day and walk and do my 5 miles.
Okay.
Now loose lips sink ships.
So you're going to tell people where this thing is?
I don't think I'm going to give away the exact location, but it is in San Carlos, very close to Redwood City, California, here in the peninsula, very close to Highway 280.
Yeah.
And the reason that I kind of want to talk about this is that it used to be a hidden gem. It was an actual secret, a 007 type of secret.
Okay.
You could go there at any time. You could park anywhere you wanted. There'd be nobody there except for you, the frickin' mountain goats, the frickin'
mountain lions.
The mountain lions would be there. The squirrels that could get all spider monkey on your heads. Rattlesnakes would be up there. Bobcats, a few eagles, some egrets.
Oh, sounds very relaxing hike.
Very relaxing, and there would be nobody out there. But now, since we have opened up the borders, there is everybody's grandma and grandpa and uncle and cousin is there, and it's very difficult. You have to time it out, and you have to, sometimes you can't even park there. So loose lips
sink ships.
So let's talk a little bit about the Pulgas Ridge Open Space Park. So besides these great trails, it's also dog friendly. So that attracts quite a few people too, right? It's got a very, very creepy history. They have these old, huge, haunted oak trees that, the trunks are actually staring at you and smiling at you.
No.
Yeah. And the branches, as you walk past or under these large oak trees, the branches are actually reaching out and trying to grab you.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, this is haunted territory. And all of these, I don't even know how old they are, but they're super duper old because they're super duper big and they're super duper creepy. So if they're smiling, the trees are crazy. The long arms, like I talked about, they kind of scare me. But the wildlife, like we talked about, there's Oh yeah, there's the crazy California chaparral bushes out there everywhere.
Oh yeah.
And when you're out there by yourself and you're walking these trails, you're thinking, who's going to pop out?
Yeah.
Dahmer?
Yeah, those are hiding places.
Is Dahmer going to get me?
Well, not anymore. He's
Well, who do you think would be the one to get me?
there's
I would think it would be somebody like the Shebs.
I tend to patrol that area. Yeah.
So, again, Pulgas Ridge open space for the locals. And I bet there's a lot of locals that, were you aware of this place? Have you been there, Matt?
No. I don't know.
You don't know.
I'm looking at the map. It feels like I went once, but yes.
I don't think
With a
you've been
dog,
there.
walking a dog.
I don't think you've been there. So I think you should have been there because right next to the open space trail head, where you have to get on the trails to go through this place. On the left-hand side, very well hidden, is the old insane asylum.
Okay, that's fun. There you go.
And it was
Now I want to go.
It was very creepy. I thought that's where I thought I met you. Was
Yeah. We were both patients there once.
So it's an old insane asylum. It's been there for a long time. I used to think that was Willie McCovey's house, but it was actually a mental hospital, and it was super creepy, like the Mike Myers hospital from the Halloween franchise movies.
Yeah.
It's got these big old huge oak trees that are so huge that they kind of hide it. So it's kind of well hidden that you don't really know that it exists until you get on these trails and there are patients that are wandering around, kind of slobbering on themselves.
Really?
Carrying weapons of some sort. Yeah. And then you ask like a park ranger, you say, hey, what's going on with these creeps? And he's like, oh, the insane asylum is right over here. That's Mike Myers.
They called it an insane asylum?
No, I don't know what the actual name is, but it was a mental hospital.
Okay.
Right. And they just redid that. They just actually redid that whole thing. They modernized it. But back in the day, I can imagine it was super duper creepy because it creeped me out like 5 years ago. But I will talk a little bit about the ridge. So as you make your way off of the ridge, there's many different trails. You got the Grandpa Trail, you got the Grandma Trail, for those who, have heart issues. And then you have the ones that go all the way up to the top of the ridge. And when you get all the way up there to the top of the ridge, these panoramic views of the peninsula are breathtaking. So one side of this ridge, you can see over the Santa Cruz Mountains and over to the Pacific. And on the other side of the ridge, you see down into Palo Alto and the San Mateo Bridge and the San Francisco Bayside. And you can see all the way down on a clear day, all the way down to San Jose. So it would be a great opportunity to be attacked by a bear or for a rattler to get you by the ankle.
You're kind of giving this like a two-faced type of thing. You got the haunted oak trees, you got the insane asylum, you got that history there of patients walking around the trails, and then you got this. Then you start describing it as beautiful and the being able to see to heaven.
That's right. And then here's some more creepiness. So there was an old estate that was built there called the Hassler Health Home, right? Okay. But it was originally a farm. It was originally a very large estate. And the ruins are still there. I'll get to when they tore it down. But the ruins are still there. So you have these old brick walls that are still there with that moss growing all over them. You have the foundations of this old building that are still at the apex, the flat section of the very top of the Pulgas Ridge, right? It is just very flat, and you have all of these old ruins. And what I find very interesting is that, of course, the peninsula, most of California now, is transplants. We have had people that don't have much history here. And they're walking their dogs, and they have absolutely, they're not even aware. They don't even notice the walls. They don't even notice the foundations and these old brick foundations. And then you've got me, wandering around doing nothing but looking at the old walls and looking at all of the old foundations and calling out for ghosts and serial killers.
What year was this active? I'm just trying to. I'm trying to look it up now as we talk. But
okay, so this is a really
it's not there anymore. So
this is a really cool history, and if you're a local that has not been there, you should probably go there.
I'll go.
So between 1927 and 1931,
Jesus,
like I said, former farm or an estate, whatever you want to call it, they turned it into a tuberculosis home for, tuberculosis hit very hard in San Francisco, and they had to build a facility somewhere to house these people, and they did it there. And that stayed active from 1927 until 1931. And, of course, in 1931, they came up with the antibiotic. So the tuberculosis.
Yeah, there you go.
TB.
We can call it TB. No problem.
Yeah. TB with the antibiotic went bye-bye. So they had to find another use for it. And whatever. They used it for all kinds of different stuff. But let's go forward in time. By the way, when I'm up there and I'm looking at all of these ruins and these views and stuff, I'm like, oh my God, what a great place to come watch the fireworks. Because on 4th of July, Kenyatta College is a great place to go where you can see all over the whole entire Bay Area. There are a couple of spots where you can really, and you go to the top of Pulgas Ridge and you're like, why does nobody come here?
Because you're not allowed to go. Are you allowed to go at the middle of the night?
Oh no, it closes at dark. But
you could sneak up there. Who's gonna catch you?
Right. And I would think that people would be sneaking up there anyway, like they always have.
Yeah.
Right? So let's see.
And you want to be in those dead oak trees, the haunted oak trees in the middle of the night?
Oh,
really?
I do. I think it's kind of fun. I kind of like that. And after it was the TB center, it became like a place for the elderly. And that was also kind of creepy because it's a lot of Alzheimer's. There were a lot of people wandering that property, just kind of wandering around, old chronic disease people. And that it lasted until 1964. 1972, they closed it down permanently. And these creepy ass, old as hell, frickin', but they didn't know what, it was just an old building that was sitting there since 72. They didn't tear it down until 85. So from 72 until 85, just close your eyes and picture this. You've walked up this ridge. You've walked up all of this dusty trail, and it's all switchbacks. And you get 2 miles up in elevation, and you get to this flat zone where the estate, the old Hasler home used to sit. Now, in 1972, give these kids a little chance to throw their kegs and their bonfires, take their acid and smoke their joints, do their beer bongs, and graffiti everything. And this building is creepy AF.
So late 70s, early 80s, those were the secret places people would venture off to do their, quote, illegal activities.
And it was not going to be easy because you had to be in some kind of decent shape to get a keg or two up the switchbacks to get up to the Hasler home, which was a facility at that point, right? A broken down adobe, old, beat up, haunted, like the freaking Carillon Mansion, all beat up. And they were doing bonfires. They were taking acid. They were smoking dope. They were doing coke. They were having a great time. But they had to come up with a way to you had to prepare. You had to have a backpack. You had to have your beer. You had to have your chips. This is when motorcycles started getting incorporated, just like Sugarloaf.
Yeah, late 70s, motorcycles were going everywhere. Absolutely.
Right? And they're all trying to get their dirt bikes up into that area. And the party was on from 72 until 1985. And this was mostly Carlmont High School students. It was before our time.
Yeah.
But it was mostly Carlmont and San Carlos High School students. And we're talking about closing our eyes and seeing the movie Dazed and Confused.
Yeah, this is the equivalent of Party at the Moon Tower, right?
This is exactly where it was going, and there were absolutely there were no rules. Like I said, you had to be in good shape to get up there. So, and it was what I'm not keying into this is how dark it was. Yeah. No lights, no electricity, no water, nothing. What a beautiful spot for a bonfire and for a fist fight. You know, there was some fist fighting going on up there. Yeah. Right. There was some drunken idiocy going on. This is like the Radio Road era. Like when we were partying at Radio Road.
We talked about that in season 1. Yeah.
This was just before us, right? This is where everybody was creeping.
Right.
They were parking their cars. They were running, everybody snuck out of their houses. They were sneaking out of their houses, and they were going, I'll meet you up at Pulgas Ridge, bro. I'll meet you up at Pulgas Ridge. You got the pony keg? Oh. You got the Coors?
There you go.
So I will say that it's kind of spooky. So the real way that I got kind of into this was that I was writing a movie about the serial killer that went to Carmel High School.
Yeah, and when are we going to talk about that? Because you wrote a whole screenplay on that thing, and it got some attention down in La La Land.
I see where you've pulled out these. You're not reading those emails. You're not reading the email. Well, I'm not getting into it. I mean, I will get into it eventually, but I will tell you that this spot, I will eventually talk about that experience, which may take an entire season.
Well, it is. Well, the experience is not just the story behind it, but also I think it's interesting, your whole process and all the work you put into it and how it kept getting updated, revised, updated. And
how about the fact that a serial killer went to our high school?
I know, right?
And he was probably the most pathetic, lame serial killer of all time. And they're all lame in their own way, but this guy was absolutely pathetic.
He was running around. While I'm out there as a kid riding bikes on the dirt road, he's out there.
So I will, exactly. He's out there checking you out. So this is what he was doing. So I'm going up there and I'm writing this screenplay. I'm thinking, wow, this is the greatest horror movie of all time about a serial killer that went to Carmel High School with us. And I'm thinking, wow, this is great. And I had done all this research and I had found out that John Dunkel was frequenting this place. And he was such a creep that he would go there by himself, hide in the California chaparral. Like he wouldn't party with everybody because no one liked him. So he would just hide in the chaparral and he would watch all these people party, right? And they would wander off drunk with their girlfriend, do their thing, and he would scare them. He would pop out and scare them.
That's the start, right? That's how you start to get his thrills.
Stalking his victims. So it's a spooky spot when you know the history. So the history plus all of the energy and work and stuff that went into writing that screenplay, and then the truth, like when that was actually happening, when John Dunkel was actually a serial killer, I was completely unaware of it. But there were a lot of people that we went to school with that were affected directly by that spoke to me about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I had that upfront sort of visualization when I'm up there walking. So between that creepiness and the crowds of people that were showing up at that park with their dogs, it was once peaceful. It was not so peaceful and tranquil anymore. So you see the way I paint this picture is tranquil, not so tranquil. Tranquil, horrified. Tranquil, horrified. And
you beg the open question, today's serial killers in waiting are probably walking around up there still.
That's right. That's what you think about. That's what you think about. Your mind wanders. You're like, where's Dunkel?
And you've gone there by yourself.
I would go there all the time by myself. Look, without that context, it's a wonderful place to get the peace of mind and to sort of meditate and ground yourself and exercise and get the sun. It's very secluded. It's beautiful, and there's so little of that left on the peninsula. Yeah. We have built on everything. So when that kind of went away and the pit bulls started showing up, taking big shits on all over the trails, and then you throw in the whole madness of Dunkel stalking his prey back in the day, like serial killers did. Yeah. And another great thing is that across the street, across Edgewood, on the other side is a park called Edgewood Park.
Okay.
Which
That's
is
right. Yeah.
fantastic too. I mean, back in the day, horses were only allowed, there are horse stables there, and horses were only allowed on those trails. So you're actually walking those old horse trails across the street on Edgewood. But everybody knows about Edgewood. That's always been very popular, very populated.
Yeah, I've been in that area where the Pulgas Park is, and and just by looking at it, you don't look at it as a place that you could go and walk around. It doesn't look like anything's there. It just looks like trees and brush. And
I couldn't even get some friends when I was going through the script. I can only get Brian LaPaglia. He was the only guy who had the balls. Like when I was telling people the story about creating this movie and the script and the horror and all that, and I had all the spots where all the murders happened, and I had to talk to all the people that were associated with them. I had all of it figured out. And I was going to these places so to inspire my writing, right? To inspire scenes, to track it like freaking like an FBI investigator, like a Barnaby Jones or something. Like I was, and people were so creeped out by the story, my friends, that they were like, "I'm not going with you. Are you kidding me? I'm not going. That's creepy, dude. You're gonna take me up there and axe murder me."
yeah, it's not attractive to me either. Yeah, it's like a setup.
I got the biggest kick. That's exactly right. They would think, I don't really need to know that. And then there were some people that were like, I gotta go. So I would take some people up there and show them exact spots where bodies were found, exact spots where gross things happened and all that I was able to track. So it's an interesting spot. And again, one last thing before we go. What's interesting is all the transplants, the people that go there and that are walking their dogs and have no clue as to what happened there, and I will tell you that they've tried to redevelop this place since 1972. They tried to put a golf course in there. They're drooling over it. It's beautiful. Like they ripped down San Carlos High School because that land was so valuable.
Yeah, I get it.
It's so, but you sit there and you go, how did they even get the trucks up this ridge onto this mountaintop to be able to build the Hasler House back in late 1920s? How could they even do that? How could they even? So they've been trying, the real estate guys, the builders, the lawyers, everybody's been trying to redevelop this place since 72. And they have not been able to get the permits to get it done.
Yeah.
And I think now it's probably protected by the county or the state or something.
Well, it's called open space preserve. So it's locked out right now.
And I would like to give a little high five to the people that are in charge of that, because they have preserved right in our own backyard, very close to us. They have preserved we have a beautiful reservoir that's been very well preserved.
Yep.
Filoli has been very well preserved.
Yep.
Half Moon Bay. And then we have parks like Edgewood and Huddard and Pulgas Ridge that they have protected.
Yeah. You need your outside time.
Okay. So that's it. That is the Pulgas Ridge Open Space Park. And that's the name of our studios today.
Okay. Wow.
And let's see.
I am not going there. Thank you very much.
All right. So what are we going to do? What do we got going on today?
Remind us again what we got.
So we got the Booyah and the Boom Shuck. I can see they're putting this whole thing together now. So what are we going to pull out of there? That's coming out of their assholes.
Well, they were so enthralled with your story.
Everybody gathered
about the Pulgas Open Space Preserve. Yeah,
that's where all the pressure's coming. Those guys are the ones who want me to talk about Dunkel.
Yeah,
and the movie and the serial killer.
You got to let it go. You got to let it go. Let that story out on a future episode.
That brings out some very bad Hollywood history for me. I busted my ass and people wanted that script for free.
I know. That's why you hold on to it.
Okay, so we'll hold on to it. We'll think about that. I will talk about that movie script at another point. I promise I will. But coming up today, we want you to stick around for the DMs and the emails with Hala. We've got the power poll coming up a little later. And like I said, we got the Booyah and the Boom Shakalaka. But now it's time to take a look at what happened on this day in history, presented by Dynasty Builders.
On this day in history!
Oh my God, I feel like going all spider monkey on you freaking morons today.
Got a good pace going right now.
Well, I got a good pace going on, but I feel a little scattered.
Yeah, you're shuffling papers like nobody's business.
On this day in history, back in 1980, the David Letterman show made its debut on NBC TV. And guess what, Shabs?
He started with stupid pet tricks?
Nope. It was a morning show. It was not in 1980. It was a daytime morning show.
What?
It wasn't until 1982 that the late night show came into play.
Okay.
David Letterman's career
Well, he was a weatherman, wasn't he?
on TV. We'll get to that. So Letterman is now 78 years old. He's born and raised in Indianapolis, Indiana, and he went to Ball State University where he graduated back in 1969.
Ball State.
Back in the summer of 69 with Bryan Adams.
Okay.
His dad, this is kind of interesting. So he had a really tight relationship with his father. His dad had a heart attack in his mid-30s that almost killed him. And Letterman lived almost all of his adolescent life in complete fear of losing his father.
Interesting.
Right? And about 30 years later, his dad did die. At the age of 57 in 1973, his father had a major heart attack and died. And Dave goes on to say that he always was inspired and always looked up to his dad for his uncanny ability to make everybody around him laugh. So that was where Dave's real inspiration came from, his father. David Letterman's broadcasting career began in college. Ball State. I think he made fun of himself going to Ball State quite a bit, if I remember correctly.
Well, he's one of his shticks. He can be very self-deprecating about himself. So he started at the college radio station, and it was playing classical music. And when he opened up the mic, he would make fun of the classical music to the point of where they had to let him go. They had to fire him. And once he got fired, he got together with some of his friends, and they pitched another concept for a radio station on that campus, what they called, air quotes, a better college radio station, and they built it. So he has built into his DNA that whole, so there, why don't you take that? Like, he's a fighter. He came back, right? And after college, he was totally lost. He had no idea what he wanted to do. So it became, just like Shebs told us, he became a weatherman. And it wasn't long before his sarcasm, I never thought, he might be the guy who made sarcasm famous. Yeah, probably, right?
Well, it got him some notoriety as a weatherman. He briefly became a pit road reporter for ABC Sports when they came to Indianapolis to cover the Indy 500.
Okay.
That's kind of an interesting tidbit. I didn't know anything about that.
No, wouldn't have guessed that.
And by the mid-70s, he had gotten married, and his wife had convinced him that it was time to move to L.A., and they were broke. They had absolutely nothing. Whatever they had, they sold, and she wanted him to become a comedy writer. So this is where everything gets kind of interesting. He goes to LA, he goes to the world famous Comedy Store, and he meets Mitzi Shore, and she puts him on stage. So he starts doing some stand-up, and that's not really his sweet spot. He's not really into it. But while he is there, he meets JJ from Good Times.
Jimmy Walker.
He meets Jay Leno, Louis Anderson, Richard Jeni, and what does he do?
Well, he becomes a full-fledged comedian.
They start paying him to write their jokes. So Letterman is making a steady paycheck writing all the jokes for Jimmy Walker, Jay Leno, Louis Anderson, and Richard Jeni. It's a solid paycheck.
Nice.
Right? It's a very solid paycheck. So there's something to be said about these writers. You know, I love the guys in the band who write the lyrics, and these guys who can write the jokes.
There you go.
It's the gold dust. You're nothing. The band is nothing without a lyric. The stand-up comic is nothing without some material. So Letterman is actually getting paid at this point. So he did get a break when Mary Tyler Moore casted him to go on to his her variety show. You know, there was the Dick Van Dyke Show for Mary Tyler Moore.
Yep.
Then there was the Mary Tyler Moore Show.
That's right.
Then there was the Mary Tyler Moore Variety Show.
Oh, okay.
I always had a crush on Mary Tyler Moore.
No, really?
Oh, God. Legs, very nice smile. I'm a sucker for a good smile. Great smile. Laura Petrie was who I really fell in love with.
Maybe her performance in Ordinary People was a showstopper, but you know, other than that,
Showstopper. And Jamie Lee Curtis had her day in the sun, too.
oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I don't
know why I'm talking about her. Okay, so he gets onto the Mary Tyler Moore Show, which is a little bit of a break. He does some scenes for Mork and Mindy, a great show with Robin Williams.
Yeah.
He does Hollywood Squares, The Gong Show, and he's starting to make his Hollywood rounds at this point. So the bland, sort of dry, sarcastic humor is getting him places. It's starting to become his little shtick, right? And guess who notices him?
I'm going to say Johnny Carson.
That's it.
Because, you know, there's the two Midwest, it's kind of that, you can let the other people be the star of the show. But when you're in reality, you actually are the star of the show.
Where was Johnny Carson from?
He's Midwest.
He's Midwest, like Kansas?
Yeah.
Like Missouri?
I'll look it up, but yeah, he's...
look it up while we're talking. I'm going to buy into that because he became buddies with enough of a buddy. He became so tight with Johnny Carson that he got a couple of appearances out of Johnny Carson. And then very, very quickly, he became Johnny's guest host. So his big break did not come overnight. His big break, it took 11, 12 years.
Yeah, I can get that.
It took a long time. Where's Carson from?
Iowa.
You were right. Again, some stupid Shebs knowledge. Did that come from your butthole?
And that minute for what you know now is brought to you by GoCar. The more you know.
You're so proud of yourself. I hate to pet you. You're like the cat that I pet, and then he rolls over and wants me to give him a frickin'
my ego just got a boost. Yeah.
Let's see, where are we? Okay, so Carson gives him like a big break. Oh, so then I told you about the morning show, and the morning show that he did that he gets that after Carson, and when he gets this morning show, it wins an Emmy, and then it gets canceled the next season. So he's out of a job, but NBC, because of Carson, still kind of believes in him, and they keep him on the payroll for 2 years. He's not doing anything, but they develop the late night show.
Yep.
Right? And his first guest on his late night show, and it's not late night, it's super late. It's not 11:30, it's 12:30.
Yeah, it's beyond late.
And his first guest is Bill Murray. And Bill Murray ends up being his most frequent guest of all time.
There you go.
Right? Bill Murray. And that's a good time to get Bill Murray. Like in 1982, he's hot.
Yeah.
He's knocking it out of the park in 82.
I think I'm in love with Meatballs. Yeah, watching that movie.
So it's 12:30. So the show is edgy and it's pretty unpredictable, and it develops this cult following with the stupid pet tricks. They dropped watermelons and all sorts of other crap off of
juvenile stuff,
right? And of course the top 10 list, right? Carson and Letterman remained very, very tight. And when Carson retires in 1992, everybody on the planet believes that this is Letterman's job.
Yeah.
And Leno comes in out of nowhere and gets the job. Now, there's a lot of different data. There's a lot of different research when you go down that road because, Leno kind of came out of, people say that Leno came, but let me tell you something. Leno was damn good as a stand-up. He was maybe the best. He was integrated into Los Angeles like no other. He had been at the Comedy Store for a decade. He was phenomenal. And he was unique. He had a whole different thing going on. Mm-hmm. The rumor is that he lowballed his way in there. Is he said, "Oh, you're going to pay Letterman $14 million. I'll come in for $4." And he went for the kneecaps, right? I don't think we ever got to the bottom of that, did we?
No, there's just depends on how you hear about this stuff, but yeah.
Well, that was 1992. And here's another rub. So as soon as that job goes to Leno, CBS swoops in basically at midnight of that day and says, we got money for you, Letterman. We got big money for you.
Let's come over and do the Late Show.
So it's a record-setting contract that he gets at CBS. Not only that, but CBS dumps $10 million into the old historic Ed Sullivan Theater.
That's right.
They reconstruct that entire theater for him, which is pretty epic.
That's
right?
a sign of confidence.
But here's the way show business goes. So they dump all this money. They think Letterman's hot shit. They think he's all great. Leno consistently destroys him in the ratings. Even when Conan O'Brien came in, Conan O'Brien inherited Leno's audience.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you remember this. It only took about a year or two. I don't know. It didn't take long before Conan blew it and lost that audience. And as soon as Letterman started taking share, they dumped Conan and they brought back Leno.
Ugh.
And then Leno comes back in and takes all the wind back out of Letterman's sail. But all the momentum is gone because he does what? Hugh Grant chooses to go.
Oh, yes. After his incident.
He chooses to go on with Leno instead of going on with Letterman when Hugh Grant got busted for hanging out with a hooker, a transvestite hooker.
And Leno's famous line was, "What the hell were you thinking?"
That's right.
That was just a straight up first question line, right? And
Yeah.
they just broke the ice and off to the races they went.
Yeah. Although
This whole Leno thing is also valid territory for another segment because did he screw Conan too? The way he kind of kneecapped Letterman on this stuff. And to me, Letterman was building he had that college audience.
Oh, yeah.
So he, even though he is on CBS and the Tonight Show was still winning, he built a loyal following.
very loyal. I remember being in college and
that's all we watched. I know that was like the last thing you watched before turning the lights on.
Yeah, and another interesting thing is that Letterman constantly outpolled Leno.
Yeah.
In popularity polls, he constantly crushed him in any kind of popularity poll. But at that time and still today, it's all about ratings, and this business is horrible.
Yeah.
The show business thing is just atrocious.
I think give some nod to Paul Schaefer. Come on, with Letterman.
Paul Schaefer stayed out of the whole fray.
I know, but still,
He got paid the whole time and didn't have to say a word.
he just sits there behind his keyboard going, "Oh, Dave, oh, Dave."
We all loved Paul Schaefer, though.
There you go.
We all loved him.
That guy's a musician, though. I'll tell you that much.
So Letterman, I don't think Letterman really has anything to complain about. And I do believe that Leno's people probably did the kneecapping, if anybody did.
Yeah.
It wasn't Jay Leno. But, Letterman had a great career. He hosted the Oscars. He developed his own production company, Worldwide Pants. He survived heart surgery.
Yeah.
His estimated wealth is at $500 million.
Oh, he's fine. He survived a scandal. Remember, somebody was trying to blackmail him.
And I think that's
Something
right.
like that. Anyway.
Yeah, and all the women he screwed over.
Yeah, all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Hardly nobody escapes a scam, some sort of a scandal in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Everybody kind of gets hit by that at least once.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but the beautiful thing about this, we'll get out of here after this. The beautiful thing about this is that his last episode was in 2015, and he had nearly 14 million viewers. And if you know anything about the TV business nowadays, you can't even get 1 million viewers.
Yeah.
You can't even get 1 million people to watch anything. There's so many.
There's just too many choices.
Too many choices at the time. But back in the day,
Yeah.
right? And this is only 10 years ago. So in 10 years ago, when all these other platforms were coming alive, he still was able to get 14 million people to watch his finale. And everybody showed up for that. I think Bill Clinton maybe did the saxophone for that.
Okay. Maybe.
But that all happened back on this day in history in 1980. It was David Letterman. David Letterman, where is he now? 78 years old.
As Yeah, it looks like a meth head Santa Claus right now, is according to.
I know you pulled up those pictures of him, and it's very disgusting.
Yeah, he's
no judgment.
No, he don't. But he doesn't have to shave anymore. He's retired. So what? Off he goes.
All right, so that was what happened on this day in history back in 1980, and was brought to you by our friends at the Dynasty Builders.
Time to unplug and run.
Avoid, refrain, and watch the hell out.
Follow us on Facebook and let's get stupid.
Okay, welcome back. More hugs, less drugs.
Yeah.
Embracing the suck.
Yeah.
It's the Don't Listen Chumcast. I'm Big Red. He is the Shebs. And we've got the power poll coming up. We've also got our DMs and the emails with Holla. We're going to get to the Booyah and the Boom Shakalaka in a minute, but let's thank some people.
Let's thank Michael and Doug from Whetstone Entertainment in the house. And a small crew today from Is Chill. We got Eric, Evan, Daniel, and then sitting right there next to the big red man himself, Rachel.
On my lap.
Yeah, you wish, yeah.
Hey, get the thing over here. We got to go do the bowl. It's the Booyah and the Boom Shakalaka, and it's brought to you by our friends at Good Time Pickleball Courts.
Oh yeah, the Booyah and the Boom Shakalaka.
Yeah, buddy. Past the awesome sauce, Mind Virus Central, and we're on the highway to the no drama zone with the Booyah and the Boom Shakalaka. We've gone to plastic for this downgrade. Downgrade with the bowl, huh?
That's okay.
All right, so I'm going to pick this and get this out of the way. This is things to make us feel good.
Oh, exciting.
Well, we can't get enough of this, can we?
No.
This was very interesting. I'll tell you what. Namaste for life, bitches. Namaste for life. We all need to find ways to find a little happiness, because the negativity is very easy.
Yeah, the more even as you get older, there's a uptick in that negativity.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's very easy to just dive in.
Parts of your body start failing.
So I got some things that we listed that will make you feel good, promise. So if you're listening at home with the crickets, grab a pen, grab a piece of paper, because the most important thing, this is in no particular order, but one of the most important things that you can do is get 7 to 8 hours of sleep nightly, and you need to be on a rotation.
Yep.
Right? So if you go to bed at 9 and you wake up at 5 a.m., perfect. If you need to get into the groove, you need to do that over and over and over and over again, because it makes your whole system work a lot better.
My doctor just told me that. That was one of the key things. She said, just make sure you're getting a good night's sleep.
Yeah, that's like the whole recharge, bro.
I just wake up in the middle of the night and same time.
You wake up in the middle of the night and then you can go back to bed?
Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't.
Oh, it's kind of like...
Sometimes I need a little break and then I go back to sleep.
I normally cannot get back to sleep.
Yeah, it's hard.
But sleep is got to be at the top of the list, right? That's the whole recharge that we have to have as humans. Here's something that's interesting. If you can manage to lose the ego, this is something that I've noticed. Once I became aware of my own ego, I became aware of other people's ego, and I was like, wow, this dude is completely unconscious. Yeah. It gets in the way of everything. The ego gets in the way of, if you can open up a little bit and you can swallow your pride and you can let that ego go, just swallow hard, dude.
Totally agree.
Just swallow hard if you can do that. And it all starts with awareness. If you can be aware when that ego flares its ugly head and you can limit it or you can manage it, you got to let it go, right? You got to let the pride go. And if you feel like you're the best person who can monitor this in yourself, if you feel like you may be struggling with your mental health or that you need a little help with your mental health, you need to go see somebody, because no one's going to force you to do that. And probably no one's going to say, dude, you need some help. I mean, if you do, that's a great friend. But most people are going to feel like that is not their spot.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I get that.
Okay. So next on the list, eat a healthy diet. How you doing with that one, Shebs?
Yeah.
You're looking good, dude.
Well, I think McDonald's has done a lot to increase the healthiness of their food. Yeah.
Happy Meals and asparagus, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I love the vegetables.
So eating a healthy diet is a big deal. And I actually I know you make fun of me for all my supplements, but I do take a fiber supplement, and they say that is critical. Keeping it moving. That is the big deal. And I do take a little gummy for fiber.
Okay.
We're getting to the age where we're going to have to take a supplement for just about everything.
Yeah.
Okay. So you better start getting used to that.
Okay.
Are you going to take the Letterman pictures off of the freaking computer so I don't have nightmares tonight?
I can. Yeah, he does look a little.
Daily exercise. How you doing with that, Shebs?
I'd like to call it more weekly exercise. Yeah.
So you have room for improvement like me?
Yeah, I don't do everything daily, but I do, something 3 days a week.
So I will tell you this, that exercise for me is part of my daily routine. I love it. I don't know. It's like my crack. Like, I do not know what I would do with my mental or my physical health. I would probably be a psycho killer if I did not get out and work out every single day. It's kind of a bonus pack because
you're good at that.
It's kind of thank you. It requires discipline, but it also requires, a need. Like, you have to kind of feel like you want that sunlight. You have to kind of feel like you want that wind in your hair. You have to have a desire to do that, right? And then you have to incorporate it into your daily routine.
Yeah.
Right?
Block off time on your calendar.
And time is very tough for a lot of people to manage.
It is.
We're busy people. So daily exercise, fresh air, sunlight, vitamin D is very important. Here's a critical one too, that will instantly make you feel good is helping someone.
Oh.
Somebody in need, right? Instead of, if someone falls down in front of you, put your hand out, help them get back up. If you're in the grocery store like I am, and someone, a short person cannot reach the soup,
there you go.
can I get that for you?
You can I could see you doing that. You're really good at that stuff.
I do that.
In line at the post office, and a 90-year-old's having trouble changing her address. Help her out.
That's it. And it's selfish. It will make you feel good. And that will last. That will last for maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Depending on what you do.
Yeah.
And depending on how badly you need to feel good. But once you become aware of these things making you feel better, hopefully you will try to incorporate them into your life. Meditation has been very, very key to me. And I know that sounds trendy and, all sorts of stupid, but I never knew how to breathe. So just learning how to breathe and breathe deeply. When I first learned how to meditate and how to breathe, I had people that were, I was struggling, and I had people who were begging me to meditate. And I was like, you guys are stupid. This is lame. I got no time for that. I got to do this. I'm just going to keep drinking liquor and I'm going to deal with it. And they were like, you're not dealing with it. You need to meditate. And they were like, this is the way. And once I finally started to do, it got so bad, things for me got so bad that I was like desperate. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to learn how to breathe. I'm going to learn how to do this. And once I finally started to do these breathing exercises, I was like, I haven't breathed my entire life.
Yeah.
I've never breathed properly.
My doctor said that was one of the key things you could do if you wake up in the middle of the night to help you go back to sleep is concentrate on that breathing.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why. How did we grow up not breathing? It was so weird. And then when you incorporate that into a meditation about being grateful, like you're breathing in the grateful, like you're breathing in the beautiful air, the tasty, delicious air, and you're grateful for it. It can really be a game changer.
And then you exhale the bad stuff, like John Coffey on the Green Mile.
That sounded good right there.
Not bad, right?
That sounded good. So meditation is critical. Laugh and try smiling at strangers. So I walk every day, and I get a kick out of this. This is kind of like a science experiment for me. I like to walk past people, make eye contact. Most people won't even make eye contact.
Yeah.
I wouldn't make eye contact with me either. That's a scar. That's going to leave a mark. But you make eye contact. If they make eye contact, you smile at them. Some will smile, some will blow you off. It's amazing. When they smile back, it's a pretty good feeling.
It's a good feeling. And you laugh a lot. You've always been one of those people that laughs at everybody's misery, except you laugh even more at your own misery, which makes it all okay.
I'd rather laugh than cry.
Yeah, I know. You're good at that.
Set aside time. This is very well documented. Setting aside your phones and your monitors. So real quick, we're going to bust through this real quick. I know. We're up against the clock. So this is the working conditions I fucking hate, man.
You're the one that goes along and they have to give you those signs.
I'm talking about feeling good and you guys are stressing me out.
All right. I'm not. I'm just sitting here. They're doing it.
All the things, you're doing it through them. I know what's going on.
I am not.
Your defensiveness gives you away. We're doing this whole feel good thing and you're blowing it.
No.
Good vibes, bro.
I don't feel any. I'm feeling negative vibes from you right now.
Okay. So I just want to, I'm sorry for that. I just want to say that dopamine, all of this stuff, once you become aware of these things that make you feel good and you incorporate them into your life in some sort of way, that this is all modern day the dopamine management. So for those of you who don't know, dopamine is the chemical in your brain that, to make it easy, an easy explanation is that it's your feel-good chemical in your brain, right? So doing all of these things that I'm suggesting you do actually manages the dopamine. And nowadays, the kids have figured out how to manage dopamine.
Yeah, you discussed that on a previous episode, but I was trying to remember what that was. Yeah, and it just makes you good, makes you feel good.
Right. So that's what all this stuff is really about. And the older we get, the more we have to manage the dopamine because the older we get, you do a dopamine hit and it doesn't replenish.
That's right.
As quickly or as heartily. Right. So it takes a lot longer to replenish. Right. And nowadays we're looking at porn, we're looking at scrolling, we're doing all this stuff on monitor, and all it is dopamine hits. And it's manufactured. It's not good to get these quick hits. Like it's not even really good to drink for your dopamine hit, right? It's not really good. There are really healthy ways to do that. And that's what I'm trying to kind of point out here. Listening to music is a great way to get your dopamine going.
I like to do that.
Right? Yeah. Spending time with your pets is another great way.
Yeah, okay.
Very, very therapeutic. Hugs, not drugs. Now, you know my whole saying there, hugs. You look around today, there's not a lot of hugging going on.
No, I mean, you and I do it every time we see each other.
That's true. That's true. I mean, that's it. That's an expression of our affection for each other. That's another feeling good thing. You got to be grateful. You got to be grateful for just when you're down and out and you think the life sucks and everything, you should just think about, whoa, God gave me this body and I'm breathing air. I'm grateful to be able to breathe the air.
There you go.
I'm grateful to be able to be sitting on this chair with my feet on the ground. When you meditate about being grateful and you're really down and out and you're feeling shitty, you just come up with the most basic reasons and you build from there. You just breathe in those basic things. So try to keep an attitude of being grateful as often as you can. Find ways to show love and not talk about it. So this is something that really rattles my cage. So you have all these people, blah, 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 I love you, blah, blah, I love you, you're so sweet. Yeah, blah, blah. They talk all this shit and they don't show you anything in love, right? So I'm at this point in my life where I'm looking at your actions, right? And I hope they're looking at my actions too, because I actually put energy towards trying to show people that I care about them. I don't want to talk about it. I'm fucking tired of talking about it. I want to show through my action, right? I'm going to help you up. I'm going to cook a meal for you. I'm going to, do something to show. Quit talking about it and it'll make you feel better. That's another selfish thing. Dance when there's nobody looking. I do that all the time. I hope you do that because you're a damn good dancer.
Oh, I'm the best that I know.
Sing in the shower. Do you ever do that?
No, but I'll play music while I'm in the shower.
That's close. That's close. But try singing. I grew up in a household where singing was all we did in the shower. To the point of annoying. My father was the most annoying. Like 6 o'clock in the morning as a kid, my dad jumping in the shower and singing chickens in the bread pan, picking out dough. I mean, so the whole house could hear him. He didn't care. So we all were singers. No matter what, we sang.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
We sang to ourselves. We sang to the radio. We sang it with our Walkmans on. We sang while we were cooking. And I'm very grateful for that because it was a way of feeling good, right? Just singing in the shower, dude. I can't believe you don't. Some of the best ideas that I come up with for this damn Chumcast are in the shower.
That's how I solve my problems, in the shower.
A good stretch. You should be doing that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I do that every day. Every damn day I do that because I wake up every morning with a different pain in the ass somewhere. I don't even know how I got it.
Yeah.
This morning I woke up, I'm like, did I have another crick in the neck? How'd that happen?
Well, you're 6'9".
Let go. Be present. You need to be in the now, right? So don't worry about the future and don't trip on what you did bad in the past.
That's true. Oh, I get that.
Stay right in the present moment. One of my saving graces has been creating. All the creating of content that we get to do for this Chumcast has been very therapeutic. I'm very grateful for that. So being creative, cleaning your home, cleaning anything.
Yeah, I get it.
So the way that the dopamine works when you're cleaning or when you're being creative is you work. And then when you're done cleaning your house, at the end of the day, you sit down and that dopamine explodes. You look all around your house and you go, God, I got rid of my dust balls. God, I cleaned my floor with my tongue. God, my toilet. I did the same thing with my
People
toilet bowl.
we're task oriented. So when you get something done, it feels good.
That's how dopamine works.
Yeah.
Right. So you go through the whole duty of cleaning out the gutters. Oh, cleaning out the gutters. Oh, it doesn't feel that bad. But then when you get done, the dopamine releases.
Wow.
That's the way it works. And we can manage it. So the final thing that I'm going to bring up here is, look, we've, as a people, as a nation, as a universe, we have to get off of these monitors. We have to get off of these phones, and we have to drop the negative politics. They are killing us with politics in this world right now. It is absolutely a bummer. It is so toxic, and it's everywhere. And it is so unbelievably easy to fall into that trap because it is everywhere. Literally, politics is absolutely everywhere. And they're not telling us this, but it is a mind virus. When I wake up in the morning, I wake up super early, but I know the Today Show comes on at 7 o'clock in the morning, and I got to get to my TV and turn the opening 2 minutes of that Today Show on to remind myself I do not need this shit. And I want everybody to do this experiment because it's all fear mongering. Every bit of it. The beginning is, oh, the weather is going to kill you. Oh, the war is going to kill you. Oh, this is going to kill you. Oh, the whole opening to that whole thing is all based on fear. News is all based on ratings. It's all based on fear. And then to make themselves feel better about what assholes they are, about making people scared about everything, at the end they'll be like, and here's Al Roker petting a dog.
That's out there saying hi to everybody.
After everybody's scared to death, they've jumped in their closet or they're underneath their bed. They're shaking. They're taking cocktails at 7 o'clock in the morning after they've feared everybody out. And here's Al Roker. And then Al Roker can barely talk because he's so scared. Yes. They scared him too.
Yes. Well, they throw him to the wolves, all the fans out front.
So we've got to figure out a way to get out of these monitors because the monitors and all of this overconsumption is based on clicks and a lot of that comes from fear.
It amplifies a negative environment.
And that was the Booyah and the Boom Shakalaka, and it was brought to you by our friends at the Good Times Pickleball Courts.
The hot mess of a dumpster fire will continue.
You can't trust the media, the politicians, or these two clowns. Don't listen.
People, are you ready? Are you ready?
Nothing, but a whole lot of nothing burger right here. Don't listen.
welcome back. It's time for a freak off.
Oh, really?
It's the DLC. I'm Big Red. He's the Shebs.
And sitting with us is P. Diddy.
And I'm reaching new levels stupid. I forgot all about the power pole.
Oh, you did. They were ready to cue it, and then you jumped into the booyah. So should we cue it now?
Yeah, well, we've got a sponsor. Newport Land Design is sponsoring the What the Fuck Power Pole.
What the Power Pole?
And if you want to check out the power pole, you got to go to don'tlistenchumcast.com and it'll be there. You can vote, you can express your opinion, all that kind of junk. We just want to know if anybody out there has been to the Pulgas Ridge open space. So it's kind of a local. One.
Local guys, yeah. So all the people back in over in Florida or in Canada,
forget about it.
Yeah.
Just donate.
We'll see. My guess is going to be very low. Well,
who cares? You haven't even been there.
No, I don't think I have.
Yeah, you haven't even been there, and you're local. Like, you live like 5 minutes away.
Yeah.
And you need all the mental help you can get.
Yeah.
That's vitamin D. That's sunlight. That's freaking the air in your hair.
I'm very low on my dopamine.
Dude, got to work on that. Okay, so let's remind these guys, we got a YouTube channel, Don't Listen Chumcast. You got to subscribe to us because we're giving away free stuff there all the time.
Good. That's good. And that's a good subscription to waste.
And you can follow us on Facebook, Don't Listen Chumcast, and also the website where you will go for the power poll at don'tlistenchumcast.com. And we're going to get into the emails that we got all week that are very interesting.
Time for Holla, baby.
That is coming up, and it is time to get into Holla, and it is being brought to you by the Core Investment Group.
Holla! 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 Holla!
Yeah, buddy, I'm gonna let the nipples out. They're getting hard.
Yeah,
time to let them free.
A lot of stuff there, but they're yelling at you already. Limited on time.
Namaste for life, man. I did that segment in the Booyah just for everybody to feel good, and this place is stressed the fuck out.
I think they're giving up on trying for the time. Okay,
so let's do Holla. Again, I did mention that it's brought to you by the Core Investment Group, and we got Maria from from Tel Aviv.
Oh, hi, Maria, Tel Aviv.
Actually, she says Maria from the Tel Aviv rubble, so that's not good. An American diplomat. She's working in the Middle East, and a friend back in the States turned her on to the Chumcast. Oh, okay, cool. Lots of negatives over there in the Middle East for her. So your Chumcast is a silver lining. Very funny topics. I like it a lot. A great escape from things. Keep up the good work. Be kind. See, just a holla at us like that is why we do the show.
That's very nice.
Embracing another fan of the random variety being our jam, and freak offs and the tossing of grenades that goes on from the Middle East.
Yes.
Right? No pun intended. Drake on stage in Spokane.
Ooh.
Jesus, would you please take the wheel? I don't know. He might have given up on the wheel.
What does that mean?
I don't know. A true hidden gem. Let's do a dance party. I love it. Nice balance of variety and topics. You can tell you two guys go way back. Subscribing now on YouTube and Facebook. Sure do. What the hell? Sure do. Sure does make my chores around the house a lot more fun. So he's listening while he's doing chores.
Love from Spokane. Right? Nice one.
Muchas gracias. And hey, where'd all these dickheads go? They scribble this stuff down. They scribble this stuff down instead of just printing it off and giving it to me.
I don't know why they do that.
It's all paraphrased. That's why they're cutting stuff out of it. They're editing everything.
Just type it up.
Pissing me off. The whole thing is
easy.
Chicken
let
Scrabble.
It go.
Breathe.
Do your breathe. Get some dopamine going. There you go.
Do you guys ever shut the fuck up?
See?
I'm not kidding. I'm reading this.
Yeah.
Totally annoyed. Kimberly in Topeka. Just when I'm trying to get into my zen, We got
and you grew up back there. You spent some time back that way, right?
Yeah, Topeka's a dump. I would never go back there.
Oh, okay.
So do you guys ever shut the fuck up? I'd be annoyed too if I was in Topeka, to be honest with you. This is Kimberly. Until you all popped off with that Nile Rodgers segment, I was not a big fan. But I absolutely love Nile Rodgers, and you're right. Nobody even knows who he is. He created the whole music vibe of the 1980s. $50 and you've earned it. And I subscribed from annoyed to a true blue fan.
Just because of that one segment.
Dude, she got all spider monkey from Topeka. Topeka, what a dump. I blew a transmission in my car in Topeka one time.
And you still smiled and let it go and had a lot of dopamine.
I did. What the fuck, man? I'll just ride a donkey.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Where's Tammy? Tammy, she's up in Eugene, Oregon.
I love Eugene.
And she says, so you guys are so lucky to be in California. So much wonderful weed down there. Weed, it is worthy of being legal to all who want to consume it. Sounds like a typical Oregonian.
What the hell?
This is an Oregonian.
Can't you get it up there?
I don't know.
I think you can get it up there.
I can't be as good as the California.
I don't know.
Everybody wants California weed, dude. Okay. Everybody loves California weed.
Okay.
So anyway, she loved our cannabis segment that we did about the positives, the benefits of cannabis. So many benefits, and it has really helped me with my anxiety and my sleep. California is weed heaven. See? Don't wreck it like you wreck everything else. They always got to throw that in there.
Yeah.
They always got to throw in, we wreck everything.
Eugene.
Yeah.
Some negativity up there.
You love Eugene. And that was Holla. And we've been talking about that for a long time, and we finally got that done. More hugs, less drugs.
Yes, and of course everybody has left already. So
okay, so that's the end.
Here they come back in.
We'll check you out next time. See you next time. If you have any suicidal thoughts, we want you to call the suicide hotline at 866-903-3787. And remember that everything we want is on the other side of fear.
Bye, Felicia.
Don't listen. A Basic Chumcast has been an exclusive presentation of Whetstone Entertainment in association with Is Chill Productions. Subscribe, follow, like, and share us while on your favorite social media hangouts and our YouTube channel. We're not into begging, but if you like us, review us and support us by continuing to check us out on your favorite podcast platforms. Find more fun and hit us with your feedback at don'tlistenchumcast.com.
Yeah, that's fantastic.